Hi again, people. Okay, did I get trolled? Somebody said I put the spring in backwards. I've never really inspected that spring to see. I looked at both ends, they didn't appear to be different. Somebody said I put the spring in backwards. And the screwdriver that I used on my other video, I told you would fit it. This is the one. And if you look at this video, it fits it right perfectly. So if you find a screwdriver that fits it, you don't need that special tool. Alright? And I'm not going to take that off. I'm just going to have to pull this out. So I'll have to take my sling off again. If I got trolled, I ain't going to be freaking happy. But I figured while I have it open, I will, I actually could leave this on because I'm just going to pop it out of here. So let's see if the spring is on different. Now, this tongue oil has been drying now for a couple days, so I don't know if you can tell the difference when I buff it up with that tongue oil, if you're seeing a difference. So I really haven't buffed it after I put it on 2 days ago. To me, it looks like it's buffing up nice. It looks like I'm getting a little bit more of a sheen from taking off some of that dried tongue oil now. But it could be, I just, you know, sometimes you see what you want to see. So, I don't know if I'm seeing it or not. Once I pull, I knew that was going to happen with that. Take this off. I had some rounds and have to make sure it's empty. Alright, so let's pull this bad boy off and see. Now sometimes when these are loose, because I didn't do a takedown, when you pull, it won't come out, and then you just, if you just have something that you get in there with a little leverage, and sometimes you have to pull backwards to get that clip to unclip. Sometimes you can just pull upwards and it'll pop it right out. But that just gives you a little more leverage to open that. Why is that thing so hard? Did I not pull the trigger? Okay, so that comes out pretty easy. We already went through that the other day. Hopefully you know. Again, because my wood is so freaking tight, the only way to get it out sometimes is you take this and you like bang it like so in order to get it to drop out when it's really tight like that. Okay? So I'll be happy to get this off so I can stop. It's still freaking on there tight. There we go. So that made it fall out. Alright, let me polish this up and we can look at the wood now and see if you think that tongue oil gave it a better... There's always cussing when I'm working on guns, by the way. Motherfucking stupid shit. So this microfiber cloth should be polishing up this tongue oil right in front of your eyes. To me, I see it. But if you don't, I mean, that's okay. Let me polish my wood. Rick, you can't say that. I'm polishing the wood, people. Now, I kind of think the reason that mine is so tight, and we're going to get to that spring, is so... that tongue oil has a very unique smell too. Is because I put tongue oil on the inside, I think it, because it's kind of like it dries to a hard thing, that's why it makes it so tight. But you want that barrel in there tight anyway when you do your slides, because they're less sloppy. It's almost like, what do they call that, bead lining or bedding a gun? They put that in there and it fits the gun perfect. So having this tight coming in and out is a good thing. And if yours is loose, you may want to try a couple coats of tongue oil. You put one coat on, let it dry for 24 hours, then you put a second coat. It will literally put a little bit of thickness in your wood. And I don't know if you can see what that does to the inside. I put it in there because it protects it. Tongue oil is a protectant. and it just protects, usually the wood on the inside where the metal sets is kind of what I call rough and not protected. All right, so and I think this microfiber cloth on this tung oil does a really nice job. This wood stock, if you saw when I got it, was kind of flat and dull. Somebody asked if I sanded before I put the oil. I didn't this time. They say you can use some really light sandpaper, sand it, and then before you put the coat, I just put it over. I wiped it down and put it over. The first time I put the tung oil, I did give it a little bit of sanding because there was so much problems with the wood and it looked so rough and hard. So anyway, here we go. Let me get this. All right. So according to one of my viewers, this spring was in backwards, and I don't know if he's messing with me or not. So I gotta see, and I'm gonna compare right here in front of you the spring and see if one's smaller than the other. So does anybody remember how to get this damn thing off? Where's my little here's a neat little tool if you want to make one. I had one of my old cheap cleaning handles break off, and there was a perfect hole there, and I had a punch. And sometimes when you're punching something, if you can get some pressure behind it, it makes it a lot easier than using just a little punch. So making you a handle for your punch, if you want to punch something out, this makes it very easy because you have a lot of torque and leverage when you get it in your hand like so. Plus, if somebody walks in while you're cleaning a gun, it becomes a defensive thing. Not that I'm encouraging weapons or violence, YouTube. All right, so let's, first I got to punch this pin out. Remember, it goes out on the charging handle side. It won't go in while it's under tension, so I have to release some tension. Push the pin out. Little pin came out. And now I'm going to be able to pull this off once I release tension there. I'm going to pull this back. Off of here. And now I'm going to check these two springs and see if there's actually really a different size. Holy shit. I think that guy was right. Wow, good cat. I've never heard that this spring could only go in one way. There is a significant difference. Although it works on either one, you do get a little bit better lip on one side. Wow, great tip. Whoever told me that, thank you. I love finding out new little shit and you know what? I've even done a couple videos where I said, always make sure you look at spring. So what I did is I looked at this spring and I went, okay, it's not really finished, so no big deal. Then I looked at this one and I went, it's not really finished either, so it'll go in either way. But I never, because springs are normally not this freaking long, I've never put them side by side and done this. Holy smokes. Check that shit out. Make sure you put your spring in the right way. If you've ever had anybody clean your gun or you get a new one, I would absolutely check this. I don't know if I've switched it, if it was right when I got it, because I've never checked it. Wow. Big hole. Damn, baby. Tight. Ooh, baby. So there is definitely a difference in these two springs. Is that coming out in the camera? I mean, with the naked eye, it's pretty noticeable. I don't know if it's really that noticeable here. Holy shit. So big end goes in. I was going to put I got a little goat juice out here. I'm going to put a little goat juice on here. This still looks pretty dry. That's the only thing about these stainless. Somebody asked where I got these on Amazon. These little stainless steel things. And they're really great tubes because these just twist off like you would a needle. But they make like a little airtight thing, so they don't leak, which is pretty cool. And then it has this good little plastic cap. Alright, so I put some goat juice in here. Where's my little goat juice thing? I just put some of this in here so I can have it readily available with my little metal thing. And we're just going to go ahead and put a little goat juice. Roll that spring around. Roll that spring around. Roll old Charlie around. He'll be alright. So I'm not squeezing a whole bunch, so I'm really only putting a little. Alright, so now we got the small end out so that I also put, I don't know if you saw the pop-ups, I gave the exact names because when I edited the video I slid in the right name of all these parts because I was just calling them this pin and that pin. So, wow. Oh shit, I done screwed it. Damn! I just took a whole damn thing apart. Crazy ass. You know what? I'm supposed to have damn gloves on. All I'm doing is oiling. I get so tired. I get involved in this shit. Next thing you know, I got oil all over my fingers. I'm absorbing all this BS. I'm going to put my cheapy gloves on that usually tear easy because I'm not really doing cleaning here. I'm just going to do a little oiling. So, pretty damn interesting. Did not know that spring goes both freaking ways. Wow. So I cleaned all this with this mystery oil, and I had some mystery oil on here, which is okay. But you know, the mystery oil, it's oil good when it's wet, but it almost dries to nothing. So that's why I wish somebody would do a test on it, because you can really see this has mystery oil on it, and this has Go Juice. See the coating of oil? And this is very dry. So if you want your guns dry, which I don't really care because I'm not like shooting this every day, it's not a big deal, and it's not dry enough to where it wouldn't function. But I wouldn't say it was oiled real good to aid in functioning of the gun. And that's why I really want to see a drag test done on that mystery oil to see if there's a big difference in less of friction, loss of friction, etc. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little Go Juice on this bad boy. I know it's clean, so I don't need to do anything with it. And I'm going to see if I notice a difference in the action because I put some Go Juice on it. Now this little sucker here looks nice and clean and oiled before I put anything on it. It looks pretty good. So the oh, you know what? That's tension on there. It's because it's not cocked. Now there's no tension. I was wondering why this thing I'm getting tension. It's because it wasn't cocked. So that left a pretty good oil on that juice. But the Go Juice did pretty good in my little test. I haven't really cleaned this either. Sometimes you notice my little punch is getting, I don't know if you see a little rusty or something, so I'm going to take a little steel wool since I got it out. And I'm just going to clean up this tool and get a little coat of oil on it since I'm oiling anyway. I don't know if you could tell the difference in what that steel wool took off. But now, since I've already got this little bad boy out, I might as well put a little coat of oil on it. Alright, so I oiled that. I didn't oil this little guy. And again, I'm not, you know, everybody's like, why don't you use, what's that frog stuff? Frog, is it frog lube? I don't know. Why don't you use frog lube? I've never been a fan of frog lube because it's really thick and gummy and you got to melt it, and everybody goes, well, if you heat it and melt it, then it works. I mean, that just seems like a lot of work. And most of our guns nowadays, it's not like we've got them out in harsh conditions. I mean, if you're living next to the ocean, maybe, this looks like it's got pretty good oil coating. I'm okay with that one. All right, I didn't really oil this one up. Although it looks pretty good. And see, that oil looks good. But I will put a little drop just for GP since I got it out. This Go Juice is definitely thicker than this. Let's do a drop test. Let's see if you guys can see a drop test here. I got like 4 drops out of here versus 1 out of here. So this is a thicker oil. Is that good, bad, worse? Would that affect? I don't know. I love those little oil tests though when they test these oils. So I'm kind of glad that I found out. I'm like freaking amazed that I never noticed that. That just really fucking... Man, can y'all see that difference? It's like shit. It really is different. Going crazy here with this. Anyway, I digress. I'll make this a part 2 that, hey, make sure and put your shit on the right way. Come on, baby. Get in there. It's all fun and games. Now, I went through all this step on my other video, so if somebody's like, you went too fast, why didn't you? Hey, you got to go watch the other video. I went slow, got everything nice and close. There's no reason why you shouldn't be able to put this gun together. All right. So I am freaking like, are you kidding me? I had all this shit wrong. All right, here's this. All right, let's see if this damn thing will go back together and shit. Did I put that on right instead of backwards like I did last time? Rick, you put it on backwards last time. Be quiet, you crazy people. Telling me how to put together a damn gun. Huh, you know what? Damn, I hate to say it, but I think it feels a little better with that Go Juice. And I've always liked Go Juice, I just don't use it a whole bunch. But you know what? I think it's a better lubricant, whether it's a better cleaner, because that other stuff, I freaking really, I mean, I love my freaking, my Mystery Marvel oil, because it's just freaking great. But because this is smoother, it leads me to believe that maybe this is a better lubricant than my Mystery oil. Which, if I'm lubing for lubricant, then I'd probably use the Go Juice. But most of my guns, I just want a good cleaning. Somebody told me Mystery oil has kerosene in it, and that's why it's a good cleaner. I'll tell you what, that freaking Go Juice makes this action a lot smoother. It was much more dry with this. No oil, it wasn't going to collect a lot. That Go Juice, that's a lot smoother. Wow. I'm kind of shocked at the difference. Wow. Alrighty. So, there's your, whoever told me that little tip, thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. I love doing things the right way, and I don't want to give bad advice. So I'm going to make sure and put a link to this. Damn, that other video, man, I put the freaking charging handle in there. What else did I screwed up? I screwed up the spring. I thought I screwed something else up. I let the pin fall out. That video was a disaster. I could have cut it all down and made it look like I was a freaking mastermind hero, but I was like, you know what? It is what it is. I mean, no matter how long you've been doing this, every once in a while I'll put something together and be like, how could it, you know. There we go. I usually get this as close to this so you don't have this flapping. And you definitely, if you're running around at night, you don't want this hitting metal and flapping. M1 Garand. goat juice is a better lubricant, without a doubt. If I want to make something smooth, I'll use that. For cleaning, I love my mystery oil because it lubricates and cleans. Shit, somehow this thing came out. Wow. I had this when I was making my putting film. I put tint on all my windows in my house. Huge difference in heat and cooling. I put a temperature on it when it was cold. 10-degree different where I put the tinting versus where I had no tint. I got one window where I only did half, and the window that I didn't do was 10 degrees colder than the one that I put that film on. And in the summer, it's freaking amazing. My air conditioner can keep up now where it used to couldn't, because the air conditioner's, you know, 18, 20 years old. So anyway, we are good to go. That is fixing the spring, people. I'm gonna leave my gloves on because I'm gonna do my Glock there. Finish that up. I might throw a little goat juice on there. See if it makes it different. Alright, you know what? I could just do that on here. Shit. I was gonna do it. You guys, why didn't you do it with us watching? Alright, I guess I could. But if you don't want to watch, you can just freaking leave. How about that? I don't know, it's pretty smooth. Oh shit, forgot to turn my little screen around. I don't know, it's pretty freaking smooth. And I cleaned it with the mystery oil, but you know what? Let's try the old goat juice a little bit. So you can tell it's got a little bit of a shine. But we'll just put a drop of that goat juice in the old rail. It's amazing how thick this is because I'm used to using that. This comes out in like big globs. And I was kind of like, wow. Already did a video on you can't use too much oil. I dropped my whole Glock in a bucket of oil, pulled it out and fired it. So this crap about too much oil will make it not work is bullshit. Now, ideally, when people go too much oil, will do that. They're talking about the more oil you put, the more likely it is to... oh, that's a healthy barrel. That's a healthy colon. The more oil you leave on a gun, the more dust is going to collect. This Mr. Oil is not going to collect a lot of dust because it's pretty dry. But is it dry enough to where it's affecting lubrication? We'll have to see if I feel a difference on this one. Did that oil work its way down? Probably did. Put a little goat juice on a Q-tip. Give it a once over. Boy, look at that. Look at that oil going on this Q-tip compared to this. Big difference, huh? I'll throw that to the side. Let me just put that in the freaking trash. So the viscosity of goat juice is like freaking motor oil. Is that a good thing? I mean, somebody may go, that's what you want. Is it going to affect the gun? I personally don't think so, but you know what? To each his own, man. I mean, gun cleaning is a lot of times personal. Some people use, where's my LSA? I had a bottle of LSA up here somewhere. This shit was like the king shit for a while. Miltech. Dude, you gotta get it, it's great. I was like, alright, it's freaking whatever. Brake free, I used CPL for years. I love it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Never had a problem with it. The Safari Charlie was big. I use it, it's good, I like it. Strike Force. Great for removing rust. If you have anything with rust, I always put Strike Force on it and wipe it down because that shit will clean it good. Goat juice is good. I can't believe I can't find my little LSA bottle. I got so many freaking things up here. Anyway, let me get back to this and see if it makes a damn difference. Rick! No difference on this. I don't notice any difference at all. So, is it a fluke because because that old gun, somebody said it was made in 1942, my M1. Is it because it's so old and the metals were not as smooth and finished and therefore it needed more lubrication? I don't know. Maybe. You know what's funny is about lasering is people will freak out if you laser yourself with a loaded gun when it's in your hand. But if it's in a holster, people lay it down, you'll run it. If I'm wearing a shoulder holster, it hangs the gun like this. I'm literally pointing my gun at somebody every time I turn with a shoulder holster. And a shoulder holster is very common. Nobody has a problem with that because they don't have the stigma that, oh my God, he's pointing a gun at me. But take it out of the holster, and it's just as safe as it is in a holster, and laser somebody, and suddenly, oh my God, you could have. Look, I said it before. It's good safety practice. You don't want to get in the habit of lasering people. But it's not as a big a deal as people act like. As a cop, we laser each other all the time, making entries, getting close, moving around corners. Look out, get out of my way, move. So, I mean, it happens. Keep your finger off the trigger, and you'll usually be okay. All right? Ah, that coffee's good. All right, shit. We are good to go, people. Put my little lids on these. What else do I got over here in this? Corrosion X, really good. Great protection for... They use this shit on the cables on bridges, like on the Cable Bay Bridge and shit. They drop the cables in the ocean with this Corrosion X and non-protected cable, and this shit protected the shit out of that cable. Corrosion X, great, great. But you know what? It didn't do that great on my nail test because I use it on the nail test. So I got Corrosion X 3-in-1 oil. Pretty good. How come I don't have a little thing on there? This is strike hold for my cleaning. If I want to clean off a little rust, put a little strike hold in there. This is the little tubes. You can buy these on Amazon too. If you just want the little tubes with this little drop, it's okay. But the stainless steel really allows me to get my oil exactly where I want to get it. So I like the stainless steel, but you know, whatever. What do I got here? Oh, that's Corrosion X. I already did that one. This shit's supposed to be really great. Gun juice, for it increases your velocity. If you put a patch down your gun, you shoot your bullet out of the barrel, and then you patch your barrel with this and shoot another bullet, your velocity goes up. That's pretty cool to me. This shit's pretty cool, but it's pretty expensive. I think this little tube's like 37 bucks or something for this small tube. Maybe it's even 40, 50 bucks now, but gun juice really increases the velocity of your barrel because it bonds with it, makes it slick or whatever, reduces friction, so your bullet picks up speed quicker. Pretty amazing. A lot of tests on this if you want to look it up. Alrighty, I think we are good to go, people. Shit. I'm done. Y'all have a good one. Well, in that there, M1 Garand. Make sure you put the freaking spring in right, you big dummy.